So in Chapter 1, we laid a lot of foundation for the rest of this course through a lot of vocabulary. And we talked about different types of data and how to collect data. So now in Chapter 2, called Graphical Descriptions of Data, we're going to learn how to start summarizing that data with tables and graphs. So in Chapter 1, you were introduced to the concept of a population, which again is the set of all individuals of interest. So remember, in most cases you can't collect data from the entire population, so we have to take a sample. Okay, so right here in the beginning we've got two of our vocabulary words from the last unit. The whole group of interest and then the part of it, the subgroup, that we actually collect data for called the sample. Thus you collect data either through a sample or a census. Now you have a large number of data values, and what can you do with them? So no one likes to look at just a set of numbers, so one thing is to organize the data into a table or a graph. So these are the two main things that we're going to be looking at through all of Chapter 2. So ultimately though, you want to be able to use that graph to interpret the data, to describe the distribution of the data set, and to explore different characteristics of the data. So the characteristics that will be discussed in this chapter and the next are the following. So number one is center, so the middle of the data set, also known as the average. Number two is variation, or how much the data varies. Number three is the distribution, like the shape of the data, whether it's symmetric, uniform, or skewed. And lastly, number four are outliers, which are data values that are far from the majority of the data. So this chapter will focus mostly on using the graphs to understand aspects of the data and not as much on how to create the graphs. There's technology that will create most of them, though it's important for you to understand the basics of how to create them. So it will be important in this chapter that you've got your StatCrunch account set up, because that's what we will be using to make the graphs in this particular section.